Hello everyone, so today's video is going to be a Battleboots guide, so I really hope you enjoy. I've been playing Battleboots a lot and I'm sure people want a guide on them. I'm going to be trying to cover everything I possibly can in this video for Battleboots, but it's going to be very difficult. I'm not the most experienced, but I do have quite a bit of experience, and yeah, there's some cool things you could do on this weapon. Obviously, I think that personally there's a few things that need to be tweaked and buffed and stuff like that. The weapon is severely overrated. People are thinking it's a bit more stronger than it is. I don't think it is. I think it just struggles with everything. But yeah, we'll get into that later in the video. So anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello everyone. Okay, so in this section I'm just going to be giving you a brief overview of the legends. Now keep in mind there really isn't actually that much to talk about with them, because unlike say an orb character, right, and there's differentiating stat lines, with Battleboots there isn't really very much, to be honest with you. It's not actually that much, in all honesty. Like, the only real difference is like 3 speed occasionally. That's roughly about it. Like, basically if you want a really insane fast low speed legend, go with Thea. Again, all the Battleboots legends have insane signatures. Thea's just insanely quick. She can be very difficult to punish at times. Red Raptor, again, very, very solid. I wish she didn't have so much dex, but basically just go dex stance, boom, you sorted. Pretty high strength and decent speed. So, yeah, you pretty much have like fate stats-ish, kind of. So, yeah, it's quite nice. And then Teska, I'd say, it's hard to say who has the best sig kit in the game, but if I was to like look at it like very specifically, Teska is very, very good and can spike you in pretty much everything. So I would say, in general, Teska is probably the best legend for boots regarding, or like one of the best legends in the game, honestly, just because every sig spikes, every sig sends you downwards into the abyss, every sig kills relatively early. He is nerfed quite a bit, but he's still insanely strong. So, you know, like these two legends haven't really been nerfed as much as Teska, but they're getting there. Either way, they're all pretty strong and easily usable. So, yeah, on to the next section. So this weapon's matchup struggles a lot, but first I'm going to be talking about just Battleboots. Battleboots are essentially a lance mixed with being a cannon, while having cannon gimps. That's like the best way I can describe Battleboots. Literally just a lance, like a short range lance that has cannon gimps. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah. Easiest way I can like just sum up the weapon in a nutshell. But yeah. Overall, your biggest matchup problems that you're going to run into are spear, lance, bow, sword, and katars. All of those matchups are just all in those other weapons' favor. Like, I don't care what anyone says. This weapon is really, really overrated. People really think it's better than it actually is, when in actual fact, all this weapon is cheese. That's literally it. If you get hit by the cheese, you're gonna die. If you're able to avoid the cheese, it's extremely difficult to do anything with Battleboots. The damage, in my opinion, is just way too low. That's just my personal opinion. Like that right there, that's 21 damage. That's just, it's so bad. And this is on a high strength legend too. You know what I mean? Like that only does 13. Or like if I do that, that's 25 damage. So yeah, that's 19 damage. Like it's really bad. Yeah, but those are going to be your matchup struggles. You need to learn the matchups really, really well, and it's just really hard for you to actually get in on these people. So yeah. So in this section, I am essentially going to be covering what does it actually mean and what moves can you do active input on. So unlike Scythe basically allows you to control the direction of which they go in. Boots can technically do that with like reverse like combos and shit, but you know. you can control where they go by either holding down or like forward, for example, holding like neutral or forward. So what I mean by this, most moves have active input. So, well, the grounded moves do anyway. The grounded moves and one aerial move has active input. So, I'll give you an example. First, you have DLight. One is kick up, if I just do a neutral. Like that. If I hold down during the during the DLight animation, it will kick them to the floor. Meaning that I can do strings and combos from it. Like that. Or I can kick up. Oh, sorry. And do combos and strings from that. So, DLight does have active input. Another one that has active input is sidelight. You can choose to send them on the floor, or you can choose them to send yourself up. As you can see. See how I'm like up, and then if I just use this version, I'm down on the floor. So, things that you can do for that is just mainly using it for setups and stuff like that. So if I looked it like that, and they dodged in, you know, just an example, and then I could punish it. If I just do that, I could wait for like a spot dodge or something, for example, you know what I mean. So yeah, that has active input. Next thing that has active input is SAIR. You can choose to kick them and just stay here. So say you're off stage, right? Say you're off stage, and you don't want to go off stage, you can sort of just choose to do it. Oh yeah, actually, I'm completely wrong. Down air has active input. I'm just an idiot. Sorry about that. Yeah. So you can choose to send them forward, or you can choose to go with them, and that can lead sometimes to low damage, like on stage, for example. It can sometimes lead into more damage and low dodge window strings, like that. So yeah. The next move that has active input is down air. Now you can choose to hold down, which basically does that. This is the grounded version, by the way, like that. Or the kick up version, which is this, like that. So if you don't want to go off stage, you can sort of just use it as a setup tool for further reads, for example, especially off stage. You can just make it so you don't have to go off stage and you don't have to have the risk of dying, and you can just dare them and then kick yourself back up and you're safe. So, yeah. You can do a lot of things with this weapon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to briefly explain. I hope that it was a pretty decent explanation and you actually understand how the weapon works. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Yeah. Hopefully you understand. So, firstly we're going to be talking about NLight. NLight is an extremely good tool just for setting up into certain strings. So, oh, sorry, my bad. Like, as you can see, you can set up into certain strings. You can set up into some dodge reads. So, yeah. NLight is basically your, what I call just a get off me tool. It's extremely quick, it's fast, it's low startup. It can beat out a lot of like attacks that are coming towards you. So like, say you whip a side light and then you just go straight for the NLight. It can sometimes like beat the opponent's like punish for the side light. Just an example. It's mostly just used on stage. It's used as a punish tool, so if your opponent's whiffing, you know, you go for that, and then you can do whatever you want after that. It can be used just as a general setup tool, so yeah. So, DLight pretty much sets up into everything you can think of. So in this section, I'm not really going to go over how to use DLight, because it's sort of like a sword, right? You sort of use DLight on Battleboots like you would sword, basically. That's the best way I could describe that. So yeah, pretty much sets into everything. So in this section, instead of like going over how to use DLight, because it's pretty self-explanatory, I'm just going to give you a few strings and combos that you can do. So one of them is DLight NAir. One of them is active version NLight. That is a true combo, by the way, as you can see. You can do active version. That's a true combo, by the way. And then you have that. So DLight SAIR. Interesting thing. Oh yeah. I'll go over the combos first, but yeah. You have DLight GC Sidelight. This is some interesting things that you can do with Battleboots that I don't see a lot of people use. So I'll give an example. I need him to like stay there, right? So say I'm on the stage right here, and I get a downlight. I can send them back off stage by reversing the SAIR. So for example, you can do downlight SAIR like that, right? But you can actually do it the opposite way too. Oh, sorry, that was just really bad by me. I just like literally got on like 10 minutes ago, so this is just really bad. Yeah, you can send them back on stage if you really want to, which is a pretty good option. But at the same time, you can use that to send them back off stage. So if I just say normally, they're not off stage. They're like 3/4 of the way out of the stage. But if I do a downlight, I can send them back down to the stage, or I can send them off stage, just forward. See, the best thing about this weapon is you can take your opponent so far that it doesn't really matter which direction you send them. But I just wanted you to know that that is an option. So if you're doing a 2v2 combo, for example, you can, and you hit a downlight, you can send them the opposite direction. Jesus Christ. See, you can send them the opposite direction for a team combo, which I think is really, really cool. But yeah. Also, you have setup options that is basically a true combo, by the way. This is completely a true combo that you can do both directions. It is downlight, you chase dodge, DAIR, pretty much. If you do a normal DAIR, you're just going to do that. As you can see, you're just going to do that, and that's going to be jumpable. But you just dash towards them, chase dodge towards them, and DAIR. And from that point forward, you can pretty much do what you want. You know, you can pretty much do what you want. So, yeah. But I just wanted to let you know that you have those options, so you can send them off stage. You know. Sorry. Again, I just got on, and also, you know, things like that can just be setup tools in general, for like a ground pound or something. You know what I mean? So, yeah, those are some strings and options for Battleboots. So, Sidelight. Sidelight can be used basically like in strings, obviously, like we displayed earlier. It's mostly used as a setup tool, so if you don't really know what they're doing and you're afraid they'll wake up or something like that, you can do like an active version Sidelight by holding forward, and then you can wait for a spot dodge or whatever and continue. Sidelight can be used as a pretty good punish tool, so yeah. You know. And then you have like that normal version of Sidelight, and then you can do like short, low dodge window strings out of it. So there's not really much to say about Sidelight. It's pretty self-explanatory for this specific move, but yeah, you should be able to find new uses for it. It can be just used as a punish tool and a setup tool for certain dodges and strings. And I'll just give you an example just so you know what I'm talking about, like that. Or for example, sorry, that was really bad. As you can see, just as an example, that's you know, you can find other uses for that. So in this section, we're going to be talking about NAir. NAir is a great setup tool. So you can use it to, I don't know, go into dodge reads and stuff like that. So for example, if I hit NLight on stage, I can do that. As a string out of NAir, so the NAir will catch the dodge, or, you know, give me a second. Like, if I can hit this right, the timing is weird. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah. I'm not asking him to jump, I'm asking him to dodge up. As you can see, it can be a pretty good setup tool into just utilizing some dodges. I'm just trying to give you examples here, guys. It's very difficult. So yeah, it can also be used to catch some dodges. I think I'm gonna have to be a bit more damage for this, but most people will dodge down or dodge down away. So dodge like diagonally down. So, for example, if I get them to dodge down right, you can do things like that if you read it well. So, also things you can do like that is, obviously, you can do DLight, NAir, you know, NAir, and then recovery, and that's unjumpable. So, yeah, out of NAir, you can just follow up with a recovery if you wanted to, like that, and just go for more NAirs. Overall, a very good tool. There's a few strengths as well that you should probably know with NAir. If you catch NAir on the back end of the hitbox, it will make strings tighter, so like that, for example, or like that. So if you like, oh Jesus, if you do that, you can just like do strings like that, and that's unjumpable, by the way. So yeah, it's really good. Oh, last time I checked, it was unjumpable anyway. I know NAir into SAIR, no matter like how you get it, even if it's 7 frames, it's unjumpable. They can't jump it. So yeah, but NAir can also be used to like set up into DAIR, or you can, Jesus, you can set up into reverse DAIR. You can set up into more NAirs, you know, just as you can see. I think it's an insane move personally, because it's just so low startup. It's so low startup, it's unreal. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think there's much more uses that you can do it, but you can find some cool stuff. You could find some cool stuff. I don't. That's something that no, it doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could. Yeah, that might work. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, you'll find your own uses for it. You can be creative with this weapon. So yeah, that was me explaining some things you can just do in there. So okay, so like we went over earlier, I'm going to be going in this section over SAIR, so SAIR. SAIR is an extremely good setup tool, low damage, you can use it like that. It can again, obviously, just be used as strings, stuff like that. There's a few issues with SAIR dropping on stage, and I'll give you like an example now, because I know that I think I could get this like 24/7 pretty much. But as you can see, oh, sorry, it drops off stage. They need to just like really fix this. It's really silly. I don't understand, like, dude. Okay, man. I don't get it. I don't know why this isn't fixed yet, but sure. You have things like that. Battleboots are a weapon that I've never seen drop more. I'm not even kidding you. Battleboots drop certain strings more than I've ever seen in any out of any weapon that's ever came out in Brawlhalla's existence. I'm not even kidding. But yeah. So SAIR, again, it can just be used for like low dodge window strings on that. You can use it as a setup tool, so if they dodge like up, for example, that was not what I wanted to do. A second. I know you can do that, but there you go, like that. So like that. So that can be used like that. It can be used to catch dodges, like I said, but some weird things you could do with it. You can send them wherever you want, like, you know. But yeah, Not really much to explain on SAIR. It's a pretty self-explanatory move. So in this section I'll be covering DAIR. DAIR again is a pretty good setup tool into even on stage, but as you know, like I said in some sections ago, you can do like DLight DAIR and send them off stage, for example. You have an active version or a non-active version, one kicks you up, one doesn't. So one like takes you towards the opponent sort of thing. That can lead, so the grounded version can like lead into more strings, for example. That low dodge window. Then like down air can just be used, so like the regular version can be used to cover like some dodges like that. Oh, sorry. I don't know why that is like effing up. What? Why is that effing up? They must have nerfed that. I used to be able to. Okay. Alright, I'll just give this as an example. Like that, you can do some weird things to it. Just use it as a setup tool, basically. There's also some things that you can do at like higher damages. I think this is like 50 damage, so give me a second. I know you was able to do this, so like that. You can do that. That is jumpable. Jesus. Yeah. I think you get the point, but for some reason, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, it can be used like that if you wanted to. I just wish the DAIR kickoff version hit a little bit more vertically, like a little bit more vertically rather than hitting so far like over here. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. I think you can set up into side light. I'm not actually. No, you can't. You can't actually do that anymore. But yeah. Anyway, let's briefly explain DAIR. Obviously, like I said, you can send them off stage. Yeah, you can just do DAIR. That's about it. So all I literally can explain with DAIR. Most of these moves are so self-explanatory that I generally speaking struggle to try and come up with anything to make you understand better, but I hope I'm doing a pretty good job, so yeah. Anyway, on to the next section. So, we're on to the last move, and the last move is recovery. This move, genuinely speaking, is really, really bad in its current state, in my opinion. I don't like it at all. As a recovery tool, this move is terrible. Like, I am holding drift, right? I'll just give you a quick example. Now, I'm going to jump, and I'm going to recovery, but I'm going to hold forward the entire time. You don't go anywhere. There is zero drift during the move, pretty much. Like, unless you do it like a dash jump, there's no momentum. So if I'm on stage and I'm coming back, there's barely any recovery. Battleboots off stage is just terrible. Like, genuinely. Like, recovering back to stage, something needs to be done about this move. It needs to be just have like small little tweaks and rework. In my opinion, I think it just needs a full rework to where the move is just, yeah, buffed to oblivion, because the move is just really, really weak. But other than that, you have things. You have downlight recovery, which works. Like that. It doesn't kill till late. As you can see, it doesn't kill as late as early as it should. I don't understand why, personally. But you can do NAir, like NAir recovery. So I suppose that's one. Yeah, you can do things like that, but downlight SAIR will kill earlier, basically. Boots in general does not kill very well, in my opinion. I don't understand why they made it kill so late. I don't understand it, genuinely. They've kind of gutted the weapon. this is my personal opinion, Battleboots are, you can use them, but my god do they never kill. Like, it just feels like they never kill. Like, that doesn't kill. On a Lin Fei, can you imagine, like, look at this, dude. If I go to Magyar, this is 10 defense. Look at this shit. That is 160. And this is like him third way across the stage. And that doesn't kill. 160 damage. 160 damage downlight recovery doesn't kill. Yeah. The move in general is just very bad. I cannot teach you how to use recovery. The move is dog shit. Killing on Battleboots is dog shit. They need to do something about this. Genuinely, the Battleboots should not suffer this much. Orb has like way less recovery on its moves and kills earlier than this, and has longer range. I don't understand it, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, on to the next section. Yeah, I'm adding this in a little bit later, but I just want to cover ground pound slightly. Ground pound is obviously steerable. You have like a grounded version and just a normal version. Grounded version isn't all that useful. It can be used for a few things, like a few different setups maybe, but it's not really like the best move. You know, it's not really the most useful. So I can't really find much uses for it, but yeah, you can do some strings out of it like that, you know, if you hit the grounded version. Yeah, just random things like that. There's not really much to say, but it's steerable. You can, like, as an example, say if like they dodge up or something, and you send them off stage, you can do stuff like that. So yeah, just as an example. You can also mix it up between your strings. So you say you do a DAIR off stage and you jump ground pound, it'll cover like any dodge ups or anything like that. So just a really quick overview of Battleboots ground pound, because I couldn't really think of much. The move is pretty simple. So hey guys, what's up? So in this section I'm going to be showing you something that not a lot of people really do with boots. No one really uses this as an option. But it can be very useful. But yeah. You have wall strings and combos. I'm not going to call them combos, but no one really dodges them anyway. So like that, you have that as a string. I'm gonna have to wait for like that. You have things like that, because sometimes if they like do a jump off the wall, as you can see, you can get hit at side light. You can also do that. You can also like NLight into the stage. DAIR, that's unjumpable, by the way. But yeah. Then you can also downlight into the stage, active version. This is going to be a bit of a pain to get, sorry. Like stuff like that. Yeah. If you don't touch the wall anyway. Wow, that was weird. Sorry, it's just insanely difficult to do this on a bot, but I think you get the point. There's lots of these, I'm sure you're able to find them. One good one is like... Oh, give me a second. Okay. Why am I doing the active version? I'm not pressing them. So you can do that. You can do that unjumpable, which is I think a really good string. As long as you hit it like semi-decently far from the wall, it's fine. But yeah, again, Battleboots is just a janky ass weapon, dude. But yeah, I'm sure you can find a lot more things than I have, but I just don't see a lot of people use wall strings and combos, so there's a few things. Yeah, on to the next section. So in this section, I'm going to be showing you some dodge strings out of SAIR. Okay, so essentially there's a few things you can do with this. Basically, I'm showing you some dodge and strings out of NLight, like dodge reads. I don't know why I'm saying dodge and strings. I can't even English today. Can't English ever, but you know, it is what it is. So essentially, what you're gonna do is you can set up NLight into a full, lovely dodge read that works almost as a 50-50, but I'd more or less say like a 33-33-33 sort of thing, because there's many options the opponent can do. I'm not going to call it a 50-50 because it isn't. But yeah, out of NLight, as you can see, if I NLight like that covers that. Give me a second. That covers up, covers right. Sorry. Covers down. For this dodging, for dodging left, I would not recommend any form of like reads. If that doesn't make any sense what I just said, but like that, I wouldn't recommend going for anything else, as in like don't dash jump. So as you'll see, it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit at all. Like I've tried, it doesn't hit. The only way you can hit is walk forward slightly, like that. Walk forward slightly and then DAIR, but I don't see the point in that, to be honest. There's just too much possibilities for a wake up or jump, so I wouldn't even bother. What you can actually do is just NLight, backdash, and then go into an NLight, you know, like a string or a combo or whatever. So just my personal recommendation. Can't even finish words. Yeah. Upright. Second. Oh. Oh, that's something to make. Wow, I'm delaying that. Wow. Okay, that used the catch. Did they change the box? I caught that the other day. There you go, right, thank you. I knew I wasn't nuts. Downright, oh, yeah. Alright, there's actually no point in me trying to show you downright on this, for a dodge read, or down left, because the bot does this anyway. Oh, sorry, not that. The bot just dashes, so it's just, I don't know why they haven't fixed that. So up left, again, these are the two dodges that you can't really get much more mileage out of. Like, you have to sort of just read it as you can. Like that. That's the best way you're going to read it. Oh, sorry. I was actually doing the wrong move. There you go. Like that. That's the only way you're really going to be able to read it or catch the dodge. So, yeah. But that's how to catch dodges out of NLight. Something that I didn't include in the last section, by the way, so I do apologize, I'll be adding this now. Basically, is the most common dodges from NLight are as follows. Usually people will dodge up, in, up, right, or usually they'll just spot dodge. Spot dodge seems to me to be the most common one that I've seen, but it could be different depending on what region you are, what players you're in, what rank they are, etc., like their dodge patterns, etc., like everything could depend on it, but the most common dodges that I've seen personally are that, so just letting you know. Now we're going to cover DLight NAir reads, so there's a few of them. Alright, so to cover neutral, essentially, to cover neutral, sorry, my bad. Jesus, can I, like, Jesus. You can do things like that. Just as I'm just giving these as examples. You can come up with your own things after, I suppose. But yeah, dodge up. Or you can go for... Oh, sorry, those ones. Like that, if they fast fall after the dodge. So, yeah. You can do... like that for the right dodge. Like that for that. Oh, sorry. Like that for an in dodge. Now, this is a bit of a weird one, so give me a second. You can use side light if you wanted to, like GC side light. Down right. Like that. Down left. Oh, sorry. That. Up left. Oh, not bad. You can do that if you wanted to. Or you can do like a side light. I'm just doing it wrong. I'm just really bad at the moment. As you can see. All this is pretty much confirmed. So yeah, that's every dodge read out of DLight and NAir, which is going to be a pretty bread and butter string and combo. So, oh sorry, combo, and I recommend using it. So, because it can set up into a lot of reads, and yeah, on to the next section. So this is basically dodge reads out of DLight, NLight, but the active version. So like that. It's a very difficult thing to do because it does send your opponent quite far, so the only really way you're hitting this is like if you have a lot of stage to do, but yeah. So one is neutral. I'm gonna have to GC in some of them just because, yeah. That was a dash into reverse, like jump reverse nair. So, but you can just stand there and nair. But I think it looks cooler when you just like reverse it. I couldn't do it then because the stage is too far. As you can see, right. Again, it's really difficult to actually be able to do anything here. That's not my bad, sorry. Like that. So that was that dodge, so down. If they dodge off stage, then obviously you just dash reverse DAIR to catch them. If they're on stage, then you know what I mean, just downlight SAIR or do whatever you want. It's really difficult, some of these, because the Battleboots just take you so far that it's hard to like come up with reads. So left, yeah, you know, it would work, but I'm gonna move that bolt just quickly. There you go, just to show this case this one. There you go. That was just to showcase that dodge. Give me a second. I'm actually failing that. There you go. Alright, thank you. Yeah, downlight. Sorry. Again, the dot, the fucking bot just dodges weirdly. It's annoying. I can't really do much about that. Sorry. Jesus, dude, am I gold? Okay. Wait, how did I cover this dodge before? Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. There you go. Yeah. So those are all the dodges out of DLight, NLight, Activision. So I'm calling this the side light kill confirm. Essentially, just it literally is what it is. It's a side light kill confirm. It's unjumpable. The only way they could do it is if they have a dodge. If they don't have a dodge, then yeah, obviously it's not going to be a kill confirm. So yeah, yeah. So what you're doing essentially is you don't use the grounded version of side light. Use the kick up version. So don't use this version of the side light. Use kick up version. This can be used out of downlight active version. It can be used out of that one. You know, like that. And then you can do the kick up version side light, or you could just do GC side light out of just a regular DLight. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to side light kick up, you're going to dodge diagonally down towards the opponent, and you're going to SAIR. Now this is confirmed. This is fully confirmed. If they don't have a dodge and they don't dodge it, they can't jump it, you can't fast fall it. It is literally a kill confirm. And if you hit it, it can be devastating to the opponent, like genuinely. Don't do a DAIR like me. I did like 3 recordings and I messed them up. Come on. Alright, thank you. That's great. Yeah. But you just DLight, GC side light, and do the dash down thing, you know. I'm just messing it up for some reason. There you go. At least I got it this time. There you go. Yeah, it kills really early as well. Can kill very, very early. And this is Demon Island, so yeah, can be a very, very good tool for killing. And sometimes I've noticed a lot of people in this string do not dodge. By the way, I just want to point that out. If you hit like just a random side light off stage, people do not tend to dodge. People do not tend to dodge at all. So I don't understand why, but it is what it is, and it can work to your advantage sometimes if they don't dodge. So just letting you know. But this side light kill confirm again is very, very useful and can be done pretty much out of any side light, any damage. So, oh sorry, any side light kick up you hit, like into any damage, you know, because I'm pretty sure there's like literally like no force on. There's literally no force on the on any of the light attacks pretty much, apart from like NLight, SAIR, and etc. But yeah, that's the side light kill confirm. It should help you kill them if they don't have a dodge. Very, very useful string. So this is about incorporating weapon throws into your strings with Battleboots. With Battleboots it can be very good because of the setup locations that you actually get put in, or the opponent gets put in, so it can be very useful to use weapon throws to your advantage. So yeah, you just have like so many random things that you can do throughout your strings, but I'll give you an example. So DLight DAIR, you can do stuff like I'm just back again. Like stuff like that. You can do it with a lot of weapons, but again, it can be very good with Battleboots. So yeah. Like that, you know? So like out of side light. Or like GC, like that. Just giving you a few quick examples because you can just incorporate them in your gameplay. So yeah, I might add extra examples later on throughout the video. So just so you know. So this is sort of just like a quick bonus thing that you can do. This is basically like at around 100 damage, so like late orange, so like mid orange maybe. Yeah, mid orange. So I'd say 110 at least. You can do Battleboots into a combo. This is a true combo, by the way. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's extremely difficult to actually get through, but it is true. So maybe if a high dex legend comes out, I'm sure that these type of things will be true. So but yeah, like you can get stuff like that true. I'm just messing at the timing ever so slightly. I know it's true because I did it earlier multiple times, but yeah. Like you can just do stuff like that, which is really cool. Like that would be pretty much an unjumpable string. So if they don't have a dodge and you save them on stage, like that, you know, that could work. But yeah. Give me a second. Also, I think you can do stuff like this if they didn't. Yeah, they nerfed the stun frame with Tasker specifically. Like you can do that as a kill confirm because it reaches so far up. So if they don't have a dodge, this will work anyway, even if they don't jump. And like so, yeah. As you can see. So yeah, you can just do things like that. So just want to let you know, experiment a little bit, you know. That's unjumpable. Like if they try to jump out of that, do that. So if they're spamming the jump key whenever you hit a string or something, then yeah, that's something you can go for if they don't have a dodge. So yeah, just giving you some brief extra examples. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hello everyone. So this outro is kind of being recorded like quite a bit after. Like I said, like the legend options was re-recorded. I still can't think of anything to like add to the guide genuinely, and this is months later. So I genuinely don't know what else to put in the guide. I hope I'm not missing something quite important. But overall, I think I got the good gist of it, right? So yeah, either way, thank you for watching the video, everyone. I really hope you appreciated it. Please like, comment, subscribe. In this video, I honestly sounded so depressed. Like, I was looking back at the clips, I was like, damn, why was I so sad? Like, Jesus. But yeah, not much to go over. Just hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you actually really enjoyed it, make sure to like share it if possible. That would really help me out. Just to get maybe other people who are maybe looking to learn the weapon. And you know, I want to suggest the video to them. But yeah, take care guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.